So, a quick recap from last time. We had a complete disaster of bad tide. It flooded most of our new district with bad tide. It almost flooded over here. So, I did a whole load of stuff between in the wet season, boosting the height of all of our defenses on this side up to be too high. We have a bad tide inbound. We need to build these 3 levees just in case it's as fierce. I've not really seen one that severe before, so it's kind of interesting. I just wanted to look at the current. So we're at 1.8. I'm curious to see what we end up with when the bad tide is flowing, as to whether we are much higher or not. The other thing that we can get these guys to do once they've built these is they can dynamite this out. So we've got a forest going in here, so we've got a wood supply for our future plans. Most other stuff recovered. Our reservoir is pretty full. We are currently at 2.46. So yeah, it's we may as well try and keep it quite full, so we'll do that. It might create a little bit of pulsing, but that's okay. Over here we started to increase the height of the water retention over here. I guess that's the best way to say it. Because we're not keeping enough water to do good things here. So I'm just going to put that there so they can actually build that. And then we can hopefully close this in. And the plan is going to be that we will fill this with a deep water pump. So I will close these up. We'll have to manage these. And yeah, we're just going to try and make it much deeper. So that in the longer droughts, we can rehydrate this if we need to, and this, because this did all kind of dehydrate, so that's a thing. I should set that to disable during bad tide as well, so that it stays shut. So we automated this. We started to make a new, deeper area for water over here, so we blew out this whole chunk, which if we get a bad tide is going to be a bad idea because it's going to take ages to clear out. But, well, we will get bad tides. I'm hoping that our new defense will protect us from a bad tide being really bad. We have 1 and a bit chunks to build and 1.8 days. We are going to go something I very rarely do. We are going 24-hour work days. We need to get this done. So, and I'm then hoping that the bad tide is not so bad that it goes too high, but we get a lot more land for it to spill over into if we're going that high. So all of this can be spillway, which is fine. The other thing that we did last time is start to put in a new forest over here, and there are some bits there by the looks of it that aren't going to be hydrated, so we'll just start knocking out some of these trees and try and get it so that we only have, so I need to take out those 4 by the looks of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so we only have trees on land that's going to be planted, because otherwise it looks a bit messy when you go into build mode. So, and I know that really doesn't matter, but it bugs me. So yeah, this is going to give us a whole load more wood, which we really need at the moment, because, you know, we are down over here, we are down at 28 logs, and over here we are down at 66 logs. So yeah, I did say I was going to put some Lidos in here, and we're going to do that because, you know, sometimes you ignore all the bad and you just try and make what you can. So where are you, Lido? Let's bung 2 of those in here. We will get this little tree deleted. Sorry for the singing. So I'm still in the hotel that I mentioned in the previous video, and it's been a long day, but I love playing TimberBorn to relax, so that's what I'm doing. We can then, in theory, let's quickly rejoin that, and we can replant some of these oak trees. I cut back too far, so let's get those replanted because we need more trees growing everywhere. So I think that we might... This is actually the other district, isn't it? I wonder if we should swap it over. Oh, these guys are still, because I forgot to delete them again. So I think I am going to swap over which district this is attached to. So we are going to let them pick up the resources so no one gets stranded. There we go. We are going to, because actually there's already a ladder there. So if we delete this path and this path, we can now connect up this path, and we can probably delete that bit, and we can connect that, and we can delete that because it's messy, and then we can get them to delete all of these berries because they're kind of pointless. And once they've done this, come on laptop, you can cope. Once they've done that, we will plant more trees up here. That seems like a good idea to me. We do need to allow a bit of room for dieback from bad tide. And actually, we need to allow quite a bit of dieback from bad tide. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 tiles. So 8-day bad tide. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Let's just check our defenses. Pause. So, oh, good. They did build this. So that's good. So they're up at 2. They're up at 2. They're up at 2. That is down. So, and I think part of the problem we had is that we've gone with bad tides from it flooding through both sides here to it just coming through here. So we might need to open this up a bit in the long term. But for now, let's just watch. And so we had a CMS of 1.8. So it's actually about the same. But I guess there's not as many places for the bad tide to go. And maybe that's the reason that it was flooding, was that, you know, normally this is open and these are open. And so there's lots of places for the bad tide to go. And, you know, normally this is with normal water, whereas with this, it's not, there's not the freedom of flow. So I think that's possibly part of the problem. I really need to sort out managing the water around here. So this is now built. So what I think I'm going to do is, if I delete that and delete that, I think I've not really used the deep water mechanical fluid pump that much. So I need to get them to delete that so that we can put it there. And then we're only going to have it working during the periods where we have water flowing, and needs 700 horsepower. And if I go into power, I think a couple of windmills should cover that, because we don't need it running all the time. So it doesn't matter if we have a period where there's no wind. So I think, can they get to that? Too far from a district. But I guess what we need to do instead is cancel the delete and tell them to not plant it, because it is fully grown, so at some point soon they will harvest it. In the meantime, we can build the 2 windmills we will need to power it. So let's do that. And I guess we're in a bad... Let's just go back and check. This is all holding, which is brilliant. And I guess they're carrying on building this now, so that's okay. Don't get infected, folks. Don't get infected. I think we're still disinfecting the beaver we had before. So yeah, the current's actually not faster. I think it is just with the way we've restricted the flow. So that's okay. I'm not unhappy with how that's working out. I wonder whether we should demolish some of this to plant more trees. I don't know. Anyway, what we do, what I guess not need, but what would be sensible to do is to put a little bit of a dam across there, and maybe across here, and then maybe across there as well. Just actually, no, that'll work, just to hold some water in this area. So that would be sensible. We have plenty of food, so I'm not sure why they're hungry. Oh, we're still on... geez, that's why we're still on 24-hour work days. Sorry, beavers. I put them on 24-hour work days because I was dealing with this. So yeah, sorry, beavers. I apologize. You can have some 16-hour days to recover. Can he? No, he cannot. I wonder whether I should put another forester in to plant this area. Because they could plant all of that then. Although I have just said I'm going to put a forester in up here, so maybe that doesn't matter. We do need to put in a path so they can clear this stuff off. And yeah, that's working much better. I'm much happier with this, which means this was less of a risk. So let's demolish this. I'm going to delete the path along there. And can I cut that bit off without adding in a path? I can. So hopefully I can go across to here. This is kind of weird, I think, just cutting a deeper pool in the middle of it, but it's what I'm doing. So, you know, deal with it. We last time started building our bot production and we did not really finish it, so we should finish it. Power, vertical power shaft, vertical power shaft, and let's see, where do we want to... I think probably what I want to do is come out, come across, come to that one, and let's... Can they build all... They can build all of that, so let's let them built, get that built first. And then if I am going to leave a gap, so we want to put a high power shaft there. We want to run all the way to there. We want another high power shaft. And then probably we need to come across, I think. Although that might be... Is that a universal in there? That might be a universal. We'll let them build that and we'll see, actually. I can't remember. So, we've got, at the moment, we're running 2 factories on catalyst and 1 on fuel, and the fuel one is actually full. So we're going to pause the fuel one. We've got 3 big tanks of fuel and an almost big tank of catalyst. We've got lots of bad water and extract stored up, so that's all good. We seem to have dealt with our contaminated beaver, which is also good. I've not harvested this fella yet, which is not so good. But we have built the windmill, so, you know, that's a thing. Let's get the water back so we can see. So we're halfway through the drought and everything's staying much better hydrated, which is really nice. I would like to have found a way to fill this up, but we don't seem to be able to with the current water dynamics. The way we would have to do that would probably be to build this side up so it was also too high, or build something up so we could flood this whole area to be too high. So we would make these too high and build a levee wall across here. I'm not going to do that for now, but I am pleased that the Mark II, Mark III, Mark 20 flood defenses are working, so that's cool. Let's cut the path back a bit more. So I am going to deal with the water pumps, and actually we'll start doing them one at a time, so it's probably sensible. Obviously, it's going to be deeper than they can pump out, but if we need to, we can always make a another layer of water pumps, so that'll be okay. So how are we doing on our power arrangement? Awesome. So if we do that, can they cannot reach these, so we need to spur a path across here and do that. Have they built? Yep, so that is we're going to lose our connection up here, but we don't really need that anymore, so I don't think that's a problem. So we're going to do that. We are going to do straight power shafts to there because this is a bit taller. I'm going to do universal power shafts up to here and do that and do that, please. So that will connect the power up, and then we can start making bot parts, and then we can start making bots. So you're probably going to think I'm a bit crazy. I'm going to build a little Jenga tower for the bot parts, because I always find that things seem to get a bit, you know, kind of screwed up in terms of if I don't have lots of storage. So we've got limbs, chassis, heads, and then we need for the recipes, if we had chassis, oh, it takes biofuel, so planks and metal beams. I'm going to have smaller storages for the components. What I think I might do is this. So planks, metal beams. So if we then look at the limbs recipe, that's planks and gears go in a warehouse, not a pile. So let's make that gears. I'll then go through and set them all to obtain and all that kind of stuff, and heads are gears, metal blocks and planks. So let's make this one. We'll do 2 planks. We'll do a little path there, we will set these to obtain so that the haulers bring them over. And our power is almost connected. I bet they can't reach that last one. No, so we're going to need to do that, I think. And let's high prioritize getting those done just so we can get the bots going finally. Beavers wise, we have a lot of spare beavers, so I think we want to build a few hauling posts, and I think over here will be fine for that. So hauling post, and we'll bang those up to 10 and we'll make them low priority jobs. And that's that. So we don't have power here yet. We have the components for the bots brought over, which is really cool. So once we get power, which is reliant on that, we should be good. This needs water letting in. So, but there is not water to let in. So I think we want to disable during bad tide. Come on, let me do a thing. There we go. And I'm going to put a water dump in over here. And it's going to do water. And we are going to we're just going to run it then for now. We'll do quite a basic setup. Let's detonate that and put back the water pump. There we go. These are all useless now, so we may as well put in all of the dynamite. And we can detonate this dynamite, and we can delete this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they should be able to do all of that. And then I'm wondering, can we do no? So we are that takes us to the bottom of the map. So it's not a very deep map. It's not a very deep map. But we can put back now all of the water pumping. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. And we will medium prioritize. Come on, let me select the water pumps. I'll just do it this way then. Fine. We'll do them all at kind of medium high priority rather than properly high priority, just in case there's anything that we need to do more urgently. But yeah, that drying out kind of sucks. So maybe we want to make all of this deeper as well in the long run. I think what we can do is we will be a little bit sneaky, and I'm going to put in some water pockets, which is a slightly cheaty technique to help keep things hydrated. So let's kind of snake a path down here. So they can put all of that in, and we'll see if that does the job. So I've only got 0.6 of a day to go anyway, so that's okay. We will delete that. We will put our triple dynamite there. And then I really want to demolish all of this bit, but we'll see. So the water dump has not been built yet. Can we high prioritize that? We need logs, and there are just not enough logs in the world. So that is a thing. So we have power now. We have everything set up. So you're going to do bot heads, you're going to do bot limbs, and you're going to do bot chassis. I'm going to let those run for a day, I think. And probably what we need to do is we need to think about well-being, and we've got a bunch of them, but I'm going to throw in a few more medical beds because the bot part, the bot work will cause us issues with that. So that's dried out, so they've now stopped being so annoying. So we can go like that. We can get that built. It's going to be set to water, so, and we are going to pause when the drought starts, unpause when the drought ends, pause when drought starts, unpause, pause when drought starts, unpause. That seems to be a mistake. So anyway, let's rehydrate our lands. So they didn't quite get this done, but that's fine. So if we look now, our contamination is dropping rather nicely because everything's flowing quite quickly. Although there is some bad water trapped up here, so we do need to be careful of that. But I'm going to desynchronize and drop one of, not that one, not that one, you idiot. Let's just start letting water through. Screw it. And then we're going to detonate these, and these will mean that when there is a drought, there is little pockets of slightly deeper water that will hopefully keep all of our plants nicely hydrated. That's the theory. We'll see if it works. It can be an issue because the water level can be a little bit low. But yeah, it'll definitely help. So awesome. So that's all flowing now. So what we can do is open this up and hopefully get water coming through this way. We can, this all has water, so this can be closed, please. And we don't need our water dump now. And that is hopefully going to push water through this way and start to hydrate this. And we can't quite yet open up this. So I'm going to sort the channel that I mentioned, because that's kind of a pain that every bad side, and we're getting a lot of them, we have to wait so long for it to clear through. And so what I'm going to do is that, and we are going to bung in some, that is 3 high. I think from here, so that'll be a 2 high. This will be 3. And if we put in stairs there, this will be 1 high. And we can now open this. So, and we can now open some of these and close these. And yeah, we just don't have enough water saved up to stay hydrated for these 8-day droughts. We've only got 1 deep water, so it is what it is, really. You know, everything will recover. We could bung water dumps in, but I think we'd be dumping a lot of water because it's quite a big area, and our warehouses for almost everything except wheat are full. So, you know, I think we probably think about planting some more wheat. So food, wheat, and we can go along here. We may as well go down here and along here. So they can plant some more wheat. We're going to go back to we'll go to a 17-hour working day as kind of a compromise. These are half grown, so that's okay. That needs replanting. Everything is rehydrating. What can't they get? Treated planks. Oh, because we haven't been making treated planks. Now, if I remember rightly, we do have a source for pine resin. We don't have a store for it, but we could do that quite easily by bunging a medium warehouse there. Pine resin, and we need power. Okay, we've got a bit of flooding going on. That will sort itself out, I'm sure. Yep, it did. And then we need over here where we have power. Just trying to think where I want to build it. Are you waiting for... No, you're not waiting for... So we're full of... Let's build another large warehouse for bread. I'm thinking we can just build it down here. And it'll spur off of there. So wood, treated planks. I knew eventually we'd need this. I don't know why I put off building it for so long, and none of you told me. Not one of you said, Disturbed, you haven't built a treated plank making thingamabobber yet. So, you know, some of this is on you guys. Some of this is really on you, you know. You're supposed to be looking out for me, and you weren't. And, you know, I'm a little disappointed in you. I've got to say, I'm a little disappointed. So they're not too far from being grown in, and because there's a good chance I'll miss it, I'm going to unpause those ready. So that's okay. Potatoes, plenty. Wheat. We'll have some more in a bit. They'll get to building that at some point, I guess. Assume they can get there. Yep, they just can't get logs. What a shocker. So what I want to do now is remove that. And we are going to... This is going to be temporary. Going to come across here like that. Going to do that. And then opposite this, we are going to put that there. We're going to put a double there, and we're going to build a bridge across. Because in a bad tide, we could do with getting to this side, and really we could do with starting to corral the bad tide down here a bit as well, so that we get a nice fast shoot. I said shoot for our water wheels, and maybe we'll take some of this corner off with some dynamite. So That's what I'm thinking. But otherwise, these guys are okay. We can probably unpause that, and we can probably reduce this down now. And basically, I think we're just waiting for trees to grow in over here. So that's okay. We probably now have bot parts. So let's let the bot building begin. We are short of beavers over here again. So I think actually, I think a lot, I know. Some say it's a problem. What we're going to do is we're going to delete that. We're going to put a ladder on there. And maybe we'll put some housing up here. So these maples need cutting down and replacing. So lumberjack flag. Cut trees. And we don't have a forester in here anymore because we put in the tapper shack. So we're going to need to put a forester in there. But first, let's get them cut down and get new ones done. And we are starting to make bots, which is cool. How is our power grid? Our power grid is kind of struggling, but the gravity batteries are actually, for some reason, are they not connected? Oh, you person of low intelligence, you. Oh, geez. So they've been sat there doing nothing for ages. Well done, me. Good job. You're awesome. So let's fix this screw up, shall we? Yeah, good job, me. I rock. Path, path, path. And then we need to do, and we can then probably delete some stuff as well. Power, let's unlock that. Let's cap that off. We're going to need to move the path over one to there. We're going to need to do an angle piece and a straight piece. And then the thing is, we're not going to be able to get... Oh, we could... sneaky. Very sneaky. If we do that and high prioritize the collection of those, once they build this, they will reach for it down here. So we do have a problem that we are going to need a couple of those, I think. Equally, these can be deleted now. So that will give us a little bit of resources. Yes, I know I deleted some resources then. It's fine. Right. So, do we have any bots yet? We do not. But we are getting close, so that's cool. They have built this, so can we now path? We can. So I'm thinking that we do my usual trick. 3, 6. That's right. And we move the path so it's there. And we delete these unnecessary bits of path. And we can put some more houses there. And they'll have kind of a weird, funky view of the aquatic garden. So, how are we doing over here? We are starting to get treated planks in, which is good. Yeah, basically it's really hard for us to get deeper water. I mean, I could try holding that at 1. But I just don't think there's enough verticality on the map. So I'll keep it at 1/2. That'll hopefully give us some water flow. So over here, everything's recovering, which is really nice. The trees are 70% grown, which is good because we have gone this whole time with almost no wood. Our treatment plant, our plank treatment is running. I missed a whole episode of doing stuff with this, which is not the greatest. I got to admit, we did have much bigger problems than prepping for power thingies. Yeah, thingies. So yeah, we had bigger fish to fry before, so this is kind of cool. I'm kind of liking that we've got this nice deeper reservoir if we need it. So what we could do if we needed to is we could step down and build a set of lower. Wondering if I should just do that now. Did we get... No, we didn't get the water dump in there because I had to build a lumberjack there, so... is there somewhere else we could put a water dump that would feed this area? Not really. Because it would be nice to... it doesn't need to be there, but it bugs me that there's a gap there. So, it would be nice if we had water dumps to keep these hydrated. I guess I should move the showers so they're not taking water out of here, and maybe put them along here. So let's do that. Let's do 4 showers along here. Well-being, double shower, and they can take water from that then, rather than taking it from this, which hopefully will keep this wet for longer. I think the only other thing is we need to... yeah, we've set it to disable during a drought now, so that'll keep water in, which is good. Pause. What's wrong with you? You're injured. And all of the medical beds are full, so we can sneak another medical bed there. It means we're going to lose those 2 logs. Maybe not, maybe we can get them from there. So yeah, once he's got these chopped down, we're going to... I'm going to put a forester here, and we'll replant... in fact, it's probably set to... yeah, it's set to be planted with maples anyway, so they'll replant the maples for us. Let's put our extra housing in. So there and there. And we actually have a couple of bots now. I'm going to start... got the science. I'm going to start putting bots to work in the bot building first. So we'll get them so they're replicating each other, and then we'll get them so they're making their fuel. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need 10 bots to automate bot production. Hopefully by then we can have the mine running, and maybe I should start building the mine. So metal. Yep, we can unlock the mine. So the mine is not as efficient for the geez, folktales. That's the word. As it is for the iron teeth, but we need access to metal, so you know that's the long and the short of it, as they say. So we are almost built with this. We're probably not going to get to take advantage of it this wet season, I don't think. So, but we'll see. And the plan is that we will use it to, we'll close these floodgates off, we'll up these ones a bit more, and we will use it to try and fill this area. So, because our water taking area is actually not quite being fed by this, so really we need to change the dynamics of that water flow, because we want more water to be going that way. So what I'm thinking is we might want to put some levees in here. So I'll do that in the drought. What I'll do, I think, is I'll replace maybe 3 of these with levees, so that more water is pushed this way into our pumping area. So, because otherwise it's going off the map down here, which, you know, it's making a lot of the map green. I'll give it that, but we could do with it being where we need it. So I wonder if I should put in a couple of those little dynamite pockets in here to keep that bit hydrated. I think that might be an idea. How are we doing over here? We've got this in, so detonate that and detonate all of that and that. So, and then the idea is that we put in a triple floodgate here and a triple floodgate here. Right, let's high prioritize those. I don't know why there's a ladder there that's not going to ever be built. And I guess these should be pretty close. Yeah, they are pretty close. Okay, so that's been built. So now we can delete this, delete this, delete this, and delete the path. And we are going to, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why is it always an odd number? So we're going to go 4. Oh, it was 8. Okay, we're going to do 4 and 4. And then we'll do some stairs down, and hopefully if I put a... This is maybe we need to try and get that tree cut down, and I don't know if I put a lumberjack flag there. Yes, it is going to reach. So awesome. Cut trees. Cut down all of these old oak trees. What we will need to do if we are having an issue with a bad tide over flooding is just delete this path so that they can't come across here. We can actually, I don't need to do this, but we're going to delete this bit of path. No, I'm not. I'm going to try and delete it and then not delete it. Why have they not built this? They can't get metal blocks. Okay. Well, let's bring in some metal blocks, please. So over here we've got our new showers built. They've not picked up the logs and planks yet. Let's delete that. So over here we still have basically no wood, which is pretty shoddy. Do we not have a tapper's shack for this? We don't, so we should do that. Wood, tapper shack. There we go. Because that was the tapper shack. This forest was put in for maple syrup for this district. So, have we filled? We filled 2 bread warehouses up. How are we doing for bread over this side? We could build a bigger bread warehouse, but do we need to? Do we just keep building more storage for food over here? So, I think we do. We've just done one for bread, so let's do one for carrots. Let's just build some big storages over here, shall we? So we've done bread, carrots. Let's do cattail crackers. Let's do grilled chestnuts and really bump up our food supply. I have a cunning plan, as Baldric would say. And that is that we are going to triple dynamite out that platform. And if that goes green, we're going to put trees on it. Cool, that's built. So, pause. We have a normal drought coming. Wow, that makes a nice change. But probably that would be a good time. And oh, this is going to be one of those ones where I say I'm going to concentrate on it. You guys all know that I really won't. Actually thinking, yeah, no, we can't really afford to do that. Let's do that for now. See if that works. Yeah, so next time, hopefully we can start to increase the depth of this. And I wish we could put staged controls on this, because basically what I would do is always tell it to be this about the same depth as it is, and see if we could do that. Would be some sort of really bad feedback loop. That probably wouldn't work. So we built this and they have not built it yet. Why have they not built it yet? They've built that. So are they building these? They are. They just can't get all of the materials, which is fine. What we can do is we can delete that and we can delete that, and they'll get some materials back. So, and they can hopefully stuff them into the new job. So it doesn't matter because it's a drought. This is to deal with bad tides. So did we set these to, yes, we did set them to behave during a drought, so that's okay. So hopefully the drought will go okay. How are we doing now for beavers? We actually have some spare bots, so let's timberbot. Sounds like TimberBorn, doesn't it? Yes. We have a spare timberbot, so we do not have enough science for that. Okay. And they are slowly working on getting this done, which is fine. I expected it to take a while. I mean, I guess if I was sensible, I would put treated planks are going to have to come through the district crossing. Have we told them to import? We have told them not to import treated planks. So we will do an always import treated planks. And actually over here now, we can probably tell them again to not import or not always import metal. So there we go. So hopefully they're building the building bridges now. They are. We need logs. What a surprise. What a surprise. I can't believe I've, at this point in the game, had so many episodes where we have needed logs. So, although we have a drought coming, I am going to bung in our forester here. These dead. They are dead. And we are going to start planting yet another oak forest. Yay, oak forests. So basically up here, everything that's green can be oak trees. So let's make that a thing. When we have bad tide, some of them will die. That sounds kind of harsh, but you know what? I'm willing to accept that. Come on, I need to delete you. You are to be deleted. You can't be a tree, I'm afraid. And you can be all trees, and then we can put our lumberjacks along this side and maybe some storage. So that will be cool. I've got the first of those built. I want that up at 3 because it's basically meant to be a block normally, just for bad tide dealing with, or for dealing with bad tides. And with it being a drought, I could have left in what we had here originally, but you know, I'm dumb, so it'll be okay. How are we doing for beavers and jobs over here? We have 27 beavers and we have 27 jobs, so that's kind of cool. We can bump that up, and maybe we put some more housing in here. Maybe we be more sensible with how we put our housing in. We do what we usually do. 92%, so they're going to be trees very soon. That gate's up. That gate's up. That gate's up. And that gate's up. So that's going to hold water in all of that area, which is really cool. If we need to, and if there is some, we can let water through then into here. But all of this has got water in it, which is really cool. These are nearly fully grown trees, which is also really cool. And at this point, we'll wait until we get closer to the end of the drought, actually, and then we'll open this up. So the only warehouse we are not filling is our wheat warehouse, which just seems to be a thing. But, you know, I think that might be a function of us massively increasing our production capacity. So with the anticipation that we're going to have wood soon, I'm going to do that. And we're going to build 2 more big warehouses. And I'm not sure what we're going to put in them. Let's go sunflower seeds and grilled potatoes. So yeah, much food. We don't have a storage for treated planks, do we? So we should build one of those, and I'm going to build it just there, so that our treated plank dude can keep busy. Oh, cool, they've nearly done that. I guess also we probably want them to do that and that, and they'll get to those as they can. No, that's cool. Our little wheat and potato farm here is still doing its thing. Our Tapper Shack dude is doing his thing. over here in Bottsville, we have bot fuel and catalyst being made by robots now. We need 6 more and we'll be good. The mine is progressing, which is also good. So happy with that. So I'm just thinking, we're in the middle of a 5-day drought. I think probably with a 5-day drought, we do want to think about building the lower level water pumping that I spoke about. So that would mean a bunch of 2 high platforms. And each one is 2, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 water pumps. I think that's okay for a kind of a second stage pumping capacity. And if I put the first one there, yep, that is going to be okay. So do that and run a path along here and then build them and they will come. And that's going to let us pump all of that out. And then we are going to put at the end a stream gauge. And what I'm going to do is once it's all built, we will link all of these to the stream gauge, and some will turn on when the water gets low and some will turn off. And they can work together then and use less beavers. So let's detonate that. Let's put in our house here. Trees are cropping up, which is cool. So get to work, lumberjack beavers, and because basically we're waiting for logs to finish building some of our stuff. So that's cool. Can't get the required material logs. Isn't it embarrassing that you can't build the thing to grow logs because you don't have enough logs? I think it is. I think it is. So let's see so our second forest is cropping up, which is cool. We're going to detonate our little water pockets, because I forgot to do that before the drought. And then, yeah. I'm wondering if we should do another one. It's not that hydrated, that area, is it? So maybe not. Yeah, here we go. Logs are coming in from here. We've got all of the stuffs coming in from over here. This is not doing anything yet. This has been replanted so we can get rid of the lumberjack there. And we can pause him. Not going to get rid of him just in case we have the same issue all over again, because that was kind of frustrating. We can put our last. Now let's put our first. No, we don't have the science to do that, so we'll make you bots as well. Then we need science. So how's our power grid? Yeah, so we are working now. I'm thinking about bunging in a couple of number crunchers. No, we don't have number crunchers because we're folktales. We have observatories. I'm thinking of putting some observatories in, is what I meant to say. Maybe we put them over here, actually, once we've got power up and running. So we need to get into the dirt, because we can do dirt without bots now, although we've got bots. So we need to get into that. But we need more science. Do we have any districts that have spare beavers that we could just throw at some science? No, we don't anymore. So that's a thing. That is some tree growable land. And the thing we are the shortest of at the moment is trees. So we are going to put that there and plant yet more trees. I know. You could not have guessed, could you, that I would say we should plant even more oak trees. Now, let me select it, please. There we go. Why won't you let me put... I guess because the windmills are there. This can all be detonated. Right. Let's do that. We'll save detonating those because they're on the same level now. So let's do that. Can we put a 2 in? No. Can we put a 1 in? Nope. So that's as far down as that's going to go. Everything's sort of working now, and we can connect. We don't need to yet, but we can connect the rest of this up now. This is not going to be something that we run in the drought. I'm going to let that down and share the water at that level with that, and maybe we let that down as well. There we go. Let a bit of water through into there. Water supply wise, we're good now, which is cool. Trees are growing, which is cool. We could maybe do with putting a water dump up here, but it's so few trees that I'm not bothered. But what we will do, if they can get to it, is we'll put in... Yeah, they can get to both of those, I think. Yeah, we'll put in some of the little water cheaty things. Well, it seems like we're okay. It seems like a drought is less severe than a bad tide. So, yay, we got the logs to plant some trees. There we go. So, another big log plantation going in. Did we have that up at a half? Okay, so that has helped us in a way, because we've managed to drain water into there. So, and they have kept pumping, which is good. These guys are still pumping, which is good. They have not pumped this area out in the time of the drought, so we might not need these, but we'll get them built just in case. Do we have... We don't have enough science yet to employ bots, but for the thing that I want them for, which is to build the... and we're going to need another 1,000 science. So how much did we need for that? We needed 10,000 science. So we need another 4,000, which is a heck of a lot. Because I don't think we have that many inventors. So, and it's kind of, I let them run for a really long time, and then we've used a whole load of it. So yes, I know you can't do anything yet. You need your buddies to build the rest of this bridge, which needs metal blocks, and I turned off the import of metal blocks, which was dumb. I know, I was dumb. There we go. So our little cheaty water spots are keeping some of the farm hydrated, but not all of it. So that's a problem. But most of the tree farm is staying hydrated, which is good. So they'll just replant these. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. It's a downside of having it up so high. Yeah, I'm really not worried. This is working brilliantly. This is stayed hydrated, which is good. We could put the water dump back in here. I think I might actually do that and have it so that it unpauses when the drought starts and pauses when the drought ends. Could not get my head around that before, but now I seem to have just sorted it. So that's the thing. Yeah, so let's have a look at science. So the scientist generates 1 every hour. The observatory uses 4 beavers to generate 10 every 3/4 of an hour. So that is much more efficient, but it needs power. So I think what I should do is replace these 4 inventors with an observatory. We need somewhere with access to power, which means over here, really, in the kind of toxic wastelands. So we can unlock the oh, it's a big bugger. It's a big bugger. Okay, maybe we'll put it somewhere else. Maybe we'll put it up here. So it's up high. And we delete 1 of these. And we run I'm going to do it with stairs because, you know, it'll look nicer. Apart from the slight kink in the path. Ignore that, okay? And then we're going to do some power. We needed 200 horsepower, didn't we? So if we do 1 big windmill, that should be enough. And what we'll do is we will put a gravity battery here. So let's move our 1 windmill. And the gravity battery is not going to store a lot of power, but it's going to store some power. And, you know, some is enough for me, I think. So hopefully we can get that built fairly quickly, and then we will decommission the scientist huts. And it might be that we build a few observatories up here, which kind of defeats the objective if they're all next to each other. But, you know, that's details that we're not going to worry about. So the drought is almost over. We've kept water in quite a lot of places. Let's let some water through here. But we've kept all of this hydrated. I think at this point, I am going to make the change here. So, I mean, this one's kind of pointless, but we'll delete that. We'll delete that, and we'll come over and we will build 2 levees, and we will make those a high priority job at this point. I'm not too worried about this little bit drying out in here in the short term, but I would like to push more of the water through this way into where we pump from. So I'm going to run to the point where we get to that. See, and it has helped because it's put water down where the trees are, which is kind of cool. Yeah, and we have positive log amounts again, which is kind of nice. So, and we actually have positive wheat, which is nice. And the drought is over, which is also nice. So here comes the water again, and because we didn't run out of water, that's pretty good. Do we have enough beavers? Do we actually have vacancies? I guess they'll be in the haulers post. Yeah, I'm thinking about putting in, now that we've got over here, just bunging in a few lumberjack flags. So how do we have 9 kits, so we just need the kits to grow up really. And we can get those cleared, and actually we can increase the tree cutting to all the way over here as well. So let's do that, get those cut down. We will make it so that we can get to these piles of stuff over here because they have quite a bit in them as well. And then what we want to start to do is, because if we go to power and water wheels, our water wheels are not too deep, which is okay because we can just kick the power up. Because when the water's flowing, it's only one deep. It's only when we get a bad tide that it gets deeper, actually. So maybe we don't worry about making this side deeper. So maybe we could start building our power stuff. Or thinking, I'll do that next time, actually, because this has been, we're an hour and a quarter in, so, and I'm kind of fading fast, so yeah, we'll get to the morning, and I'll call it a day. We've got those built, so that's open, that's closed, so water should be coming back through here. It just needs to get there. That is rising and going to overtop, and so the theory is that we push more water this way. So the fact that we have thirsty beavers and we have a lot of beavers makes me want to do the thing that I said I would do, and we're just going to put in a random water station here set to obtain, and that means they can just get a drink from here if they need to. So this has grown in quite nicely. Did I set those to be cut? I did, except for that one. So there we go. So that's grown in. All of that storage is full already, which is kind of nuts. This is all dried out, which is a bit of a problem. So let's push that up a bit so that we push water this way now. We can drop that down to be a bit lower. It all takes a bit of management, this. It all takes a bit of management, so I'm starting to guess we could actually just start pumping. If I set that to be 1.5, we'll see how we get on trying to fill this with wind power. Let's just have a look at, yeah, so this is now sending more water this way and less water out this way, which is exactly what I wanted. Although a little bit more might, there we go. I just need enough that we hydrate these trees, really. So, I mean, what I could do is select the right keys, and yeah, it's not that big an area to fill. No, that's okay. That's working just fine. So we've got water coming down into this now from this way. It'll push back that way as well. So that'll hydrate that. This is hopefully going to be filling. So that's cool. You know, it is pumping water. So, but it does look like we need to be maybe letting more water out of that area because that's kind of full. Or we just let it all flow through, I guess. You know, it's working. It's working. So is this overtopping yet? Not quite, but this is staying full from this end. So I'm thinking that I just push that up and push that up and we see how it goes. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You know, this dude's got a lot of work to do. He's got a fair bit of work to do, but yeah, we're working good. So I'm going to stop at this. Oh, we're flooded over here. Okay, we're not working so good. So what we need to do is open up one of these. So let's stop you from being synchronized and let you down. And hopefully that will resolve the issue up here. Actually, we have a bigger issue. So what we can do is a bit of flood alleviation. There we go. We want all of you to be paused. Pause. There we go. That's resolved that slight problem. So we can now push that back up to 2. Yeah, I guess closing that route has really changed the dynamic, but it's quite nice being able to have... I guess what we could do is adjust this one so that it goes deeper. Which one has the automation set on it? Should be on advanced, that's why. So that we try and go much deeper. Yeah. Need to trick them into opening. There we go. Because we're just not managing the flow across the map, so that seems to have resolved it. Yep, that's okay. Nothing's flooded now except things that should be flooded. So yeah, I'm going to say thanks for watching, guys. So next time I think we'll get the power wheels in up here. We'll then look at transferring that across to this area and maybe expanding our industry in here then. We should hopefully have that going, and we will be able to get bots in there pretty much straight away. We don't yet have the ability to have them doing bot production, so and this district is just churning away on food, really. You know, we have so much. We have 16,000 food stored up, so we're a bit short on grilled chestnuts, and we're a bit short on spanadoc. So maybe we need to... We're a bit short on grilled spanadoc. We actually have a lot of spanadoc. So what we need is another grill, I think. And if we put one here... Actually, no, let's put it over. Put it over in our food production area. We can probably tuck a grill here. I wonder if that's just... So we've got spanadoc, potatoes, chestnuts. So if we do another spanadoc, I wonder if we just fell foul of running out of logs. And the log situation seems to be recovering, which is good. So I have installed the choo-choo mod. If you're not familiar with TimberBorn, that's trains. I have never used it. So actually that's filling up really rather nicely. I've never used it, and I'm kind of curious. I've got to admit, I'm kind of curious as to how it would work. And also how we would fit it, I guess, around here. So our science is going up now, which is good. We have our observatory in. We could maybe... How much power are we generating? We're only just generating enough, so we would need to put another... say the words. another windmill in if we wanted to expand it. I mean, putting 2 observatories next to each other just seems a bit dumb to me. You know, seems wrong. We do have some spare beavers over here, so what we could do is chuck in some inventors on low priority, the same as we had on most series that I've done. You know, inventors or haulers are a good way to use up spare beavers. You know, we have a lot of wheat sat over here. We need cattail flower storage, but we have a lot of wheat sat over here, so we must be milling the flour over here. So let's put in a large warehouse for cattail flour. I'm 6 days in of finishing when the drought started, and I'm still not shut up yet. So we need more log storage. So you're done. You're done. So you can go. You're not done. It's just that we have filled our log storage. So what I think we should do is, because who doesn't love more explosives? I am going to stop soon, I promise. We're going to take this out. And I think actually what I'm going to do short term is build along there and do a large underground pile for logs. So we're going to need gears coming in as well. So what are we going to need for water wheels? Just logs. So I think I'm going to build a small warehouse to put gears into, and that way they will start. No, I need to tell them to bring gears in. Okay. They'll start bringing gears in, which we're going to need to build that Mahusive thing. And yeah, I'm just going to demolish this as we go, rather than worrying about putting anything up to get up to it, and we'll just do it that way. So these guys are doing a sterling job clearing those trees, and we've got our own forest that's in now. Can they? Yeah, they can lumberjack all of that, which is cool. And we could almost put in a an aquatic farm in there. Almost. So he's still working away planting his trees. That's fine. This is all working quite nicely now. And yep, they're busy. I don't know why I didn't build a bigger log storage over here. Apart from the fact that we have like tons of log storage over here with almost no logs in it. So, you know, there's that. Why aren't we growing crops there? I don't think there's anything that we really need to grow. So we're still struggling for maple pastries. We've got some maple syrup. So do we just need 2 bakeries making maple pastries? Maybe that's what we need. Or more haulers. I don't know. So how many bots have we got over here now? We've got 9 spare bots. I feel we should put them to work on something like How much is it to it's only 250 to unlock the hauling post. Let's do that. Get some bots hauling stuff for us. That'll be good. This is brilliant. That's worked so well. That's going to be a nice drought storer to help us out. We possibly need to push this up now and defend our tapper shack, or actually we probably just want to do that, have that at 2.5. So that is a nice amount of water. It's not costing us anything because it's running on wind power. So, and maybe we need to put another windmill in. Power windmill, couldn't we put, we'd probably have to delete some path, which is fine because we don't really need the path there. And maybe bung one there. Just so that it runs at maximum efficiency more often. But yeah, I'm super pleased with that. That's worked really well. We might need to adjust that a little bit so that it's sitting at 0.67. If we do 0.67, and I'm going to push the low threshold up to like 0.5. So keep that a bit deeper. That's working fine. That's all working fine. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Our power grid is a bit low. Why? I don't get... Have we not built these yet? No. Who was screaming at the screen that I'd forgotten to put that in? Who typed a comment before the video ended that I had forgotten to put that in? I would have. I 100% would have if I was watching half an hour ago when I was going to finish making this video. But we can now unlock bots in the bot factories. So that's cool. It means our hauling post will be less staffed with bots, but that's okay. So next time I think we'll be getting the mine up and running. Probably what I need to do is similar to the water. I think I want to put a few little tanks of not that biofuel and catalyst spread around, and we're going to have those on obtain, just so that if the bots run low when they are far from the main district area, they can refuel themselves. There we go. So that will help. Science is going back up nice and quick, which I like. That's progressing. These need blowing up. And then they'll get to putting those in. There they go. That little army of builders. So yeah, next time we'll get power coming in. And if I look, we can do... If we start here, 1. Let's do it where they can't try and build it. 1, 2, we'll keep the bridge. 3, 4, 5. Basically ridiculous amounts of power wheels. So they're smaller power wheels than we had with the iron teeth, so they're not going to generate as much power. But they will generate some power, and some power is better than no power. So let's bung a couple of foresters up here now. Maybe just one, actually. You don't really need that many to clear that area. Right. Stop. this has got ridiculous. So apologies for the ridiculously long video. As I say, I'm away in a hotel and I've had the evening to myself, so I've just been playing video games. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Less chaotic than last time, I think. If you did enjoy it, click the like button. Any comments, questions, or suggestions, stick them below. Bear in mind that the last couple of videos have been recorded back to back, so I might not have seen your comments between recording videos. I tend to try and be a video or so ahead, but I do appreciate your comments, and we'll pick them up as and when I can. So yeah, thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Let's blow a last bit of dynamite up. And on that note, I will see you next time.